Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in on Sargel 18, episode 40 of Unchained, the Ark of the Covenant, and the solid fluid condenser magic mirror. Alright, before I get on with this one tonight, I just want to announce, because I'm always looking for that Luciferian stuff, to let you guys know what's going on, and a couple hours ago, President Biden just pardoned his son for everything. The gun, the drugs, the thing, everything gone. And he said he wasn't going to do it. That's why you can't trust that side, the left. Even that, he said, I wasn't going to do it, and he did it. That is classic far left type thinking and taking care of your own little evil ones, I guess. Because we all saw what's on that laptop. Drinking, doing coke, screwing all types of chicks, spending money. They found a bag of coke, a year and a half ago? Excuse me. In the White House. Come on, they were partying up there. But now he walks a free man. He could do that, and he couldn't do that to Trump, pardon Trump for all that stupidity they put him through, right? I can guarantee this. Hunter Biden, he's going to wind up doing something real dumb. And it could cost him, but hey, that's his reality and that's his right. Okay, now, here we go. And I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving. I am having a fantastic day, and I had a great holiday. It was really great. Friends, fun, food, anything that a guy with liver cancer would want. Liver cancer. They think that's going to kill me. Okay, now, the universal laws set forth by heaven are given to humanity to learn about, create, and respect. As I have shown with my success at the Vortex, an understanding of these laws produced great results. Over the last 4,000 years, these laws have been manipulated by many powerful people and have basically, to the public, been all summed up as either as witchcraft or some sort of witchcraft, a different aspect of it. And that keeps people away. Now, of course, the witchcraft legacy is mine, unfortunately, because the word witch came from the Witch of Endor in the Bible, in the Old Testament, which I have stated before, and Devron has, was me. I was the Witch of Endor then, and I'm the Witch of Endor now. It doesn't matter what I call myself in any given life. Bottom line, the soul remains the same. Other names that these laws have been given are high magic, sorcery, alchemy, hermetics, psychic, and even astrology comes under that heading. There are many more, but we'll deal with those few for now. Now, when I first awoke in 1988 at the Vortex, I didn't know that's what it was at the time. I was told by Devron to seek out a person that lived in the Vortex area, and he would set me on my path. I'll explain about him later, and it was Devron, but he didn't announce himself as that. He appeared as a blue energy above my fireplace, but I'll get to that. Now, I was given books by this, given books on high magic by this, he would be considered a black witch, a really powerful black witch. I didn't really realize that at the time, but it didn't take long for me to understand that. Okay. I was given books on high magic and was told to study them. Each book was from the 14th century, and they were covered in human skin, all decorated. A few days later, I came back and gave him back the books and asked him why he considered the information high magic and witchcraft. Now, he just looked at me and I said, take out all the dogma and strip these lessons down to their basics, and all of this is alien technology. Out of this worldly technology, heavenly, and of course, of hell. Evil is in there too. So it depends what you want. So just apply the formulas in the books in their basic forms, and you will achieve what you desire much quicker. As learned as he was, he didn't understand what I was trying to tell him and just shrugged it off. Not soon after, we parted ways. He didn't realize, and I tried to explain to him, that when I awoke with full knowledge. At the top, I had to work my way down to understand what was going on around here on Earth. Okay. Now I continued down this path after that with two things in mind. Break magic down to its base formula, its analytical base formula, and to always remember you create your own reality. Now I'll get to a video on that for all of you. Now, in remembering that my soul is on a higher order of heaven experience, I had to work my way down the ladder of knowledge to understand where everyone was at in the world of metaphysics at this time. And boy, it was disheartening. Most never even scratched the surface of the total picture and power provided by heaven in the form of metaphysics. Now, for reference, metaphysics is two words: meta, which means beyond, and physics, which means the physical. So metaphysics means beyond the physical. Nice, huh? Okay. Excuse me. Another ability that I have, which would come under the common label of witchcraft, is that I can visualize something in the meta, the beyond, the astral, and then make it manifest in the physical. This is the true essence of magic, and that's magic with a K, not a C. Most read all kinds of affirmations, which are spells, to try to achieve this. I only have to visualize it, and it happens. But I have to visualize it like I taught you about when you're asking wishes and things from heaven and God. You have to really be able to see what it is down to its most basic thing. And then bang. Now, right, to achieve this, I only have to visualize it, and it happens. Now, a case in point, when I announced on Strange New Universe on national television in September 1997 that these UFOs to the world in 4 months, that I would show the aliens flying these UFOs to the world in 4 months. And I truly believed it. Dev said it would happen. I said it would happen. And it did happen on February 10th, 1998. 4 months later. Now that's clear intent and visualization. Many over the last 100 years have said publicly they would do it, and they didn't. Then came me. All right, I'm going to talk about this now. What I'm about to talk about is pretty hectic. And I can guarantee just about everybody that's watching this right now won't know any of this that I'm telling you. Okay, so let's start. The magic mirror. One thing that I find gratifying in unraveling dogma, which is the covering of something. You know, you could have a hammer in your hand and you could call it whatever you want. Dogma. You could say a hammer of the gods or a hammer of the carpenter, whatever. Dogma. That's dogma. Covering info in Alright, one thing that I find gratifying in unraveling dogma, the covering info in metaphysic reality, is finding out about it. You know, doing it, experimenting with it, understanding it. So much has been lost to history and covered up, so you would really have to be a master to navigate successfully. and figure all this stuff out. Well, I got, a lifetime of it. And especially the last 30 plus years, in my face. Now here I'm going to show you something you all know about called the magic mirror as it relates to the Ark of the Covenant. Mirror, mirror on the wall. The Ark of the Covenant is a storage container made of wood with gold-colored layers of metal protecting the contents, where the tablets that Moses came down from the mountain, written by God, the Ten Commandments, are stored. It's the most sacred religious object considered by Israel and all Christianity. Somehow it went missing about 400 years before Jesus came. Somebody snagged it. And still, 2,400 years later, it's still missing. But one thing did get out about 800 years later, and that was the formula and its heavenly properties was for in the gold-colored covering of the ark. The properties, the heavenly properties. Like, what did it do? Why was it that they chose to cover the wood that held the Ten Commandment tablets? Now, this is where souls, heavenly souls like myself, come in. As we smoke a cigarette. Big deal. The ark has a direct connection to God and heaven. King Solomon knew this and was used and protected by his priests and soldiers. And King Solomon possessed the formula to create that metal that covered the ark. Now here I'm just going to show you what the ark looks like, just in case this is the first time you're hearing about it, which would really surprise me, but okay. That's the Ark of the Covenant. There's the metal that covers it all, that it's all made out of. On the outside, inside is wood, and inside that are the 2 tablets that God created for the 10 Commandments and gave to Moses. Pretty cool. Right, Solomon possessed the formula to create it. Somehow it was discovered and leaked out. After a while, the powerful kings and priests got the formula and kept it hidden until about 100 years ago, and that's how it was handed down at that point to where I got my hands on it and created a magic mirror in 1996. Now let me be specific. To create a true magic mirror, it takes knowledge, lessons learned, certain materials, and a focus that is unwavering. Plus, you have to have the destiny to be able to even use it. If it's not your destiny, then, well, I'll tell you what happens to people if they make it and try something, and it'll be there. It is one of the most dangerous items. The magic mirror is one of the most dangerous items that sunlight has ever shined on. But on a lighter note, it has many applications, and the one I think is the best, and that's why I created one. The formula for the ark and this mirror, when put together, correctly makes it a direct line to heaven. Like a telephone. In a sense, I'm dumbing it down like majorly. But that's what it is. Yeah, you have to put it together correctly. Now, in 1996, I first used it. Everything was set up. The necessary objects were all around the mirror. And under the table was set up using the pyramid energy of ancient Egypt. And of course, you needed the magus, the witch, the alchemist, the sorcerer, which was me. And I'm going to show people what they don't know about pyramid power, and it's going to blow you away, and you really be able to do some cool shit with that. I tell you, the way they've covered things to keep you off guard in life, and remember, they got thousands of years to do it, really sucks, man, for people in general. Because if everybody knew this stuff, the world would be a hell of a lot better. Now, so to make a long story short, I ignited the mirror. You can't describe it when you're connected to it and it comes on. But man, it's like heavenly nuclear power. And since I was pretty famous at the time and making major waves in the paranormal field, the UFO field, paranormal field and all that, I had a lot of famous UFO and type people that didn't like me. I took the attention off them, and that means they were making less money. It's all about with these people, the bottom line, the dollar. You know, it never was with me to do my mission. I would have liked to have had more money, of course, but it didn't make me do anything to get money. I never did that. Now, one of them, at the time, I had the mirror ignited, sent an evil spell at me. I felt it come right at me. And in front of my eyes, I saw a bubble rise up out of the mirror, and saw that it not only stopped the spell, but took the person who sent the spell's soul and locked it up. Locked it right up in the mirror itself. And it's still there to this day. I'm going to show you. It's still there to this day. So the so-called magic mirror is nothing what you thought it was. And a lot of this, it converted over to fables and legends. And then, of course, when Disney got their hands on it with Snow White, everybody thinks they know what a magic mirror is. In a sense, in Snow White, I guess the magic mirror was communicating to her. You got that part right. A little bit right. Okay. Now, to finish this, the true name of the magic mirror is a solid fluid condenser mirror. It has solid properties and fluid properties working in unison. This is alchemy, okay? Old alchemy, like Hermes Trismegistus old. Now, the word mirror, right away, people equate that word to something that throws back a reflection, like the mirror in your bathroom, right? Mirror also means in esoteric nature a doorway, which is what it is. A communicator, in a sense, for heaven. The mirror is made up of a number of metals like tin, copper, iron, silver, gold, and others, but I don't want to get into that. And the two main ingredients are liquid mercury and the DNA of the person creating it. Hey. For me, I used my own blood. That's the liquid part. I had my blood drawn, and I put it into the mirror when I was making it. So that gives it its power connected directly to me. And look who I am. So it pretty cool. Now, if by chance you happen to get the right amount of ingredients and create the mirror, you better know what you're doing, or it will immediately take your soul and lock it up away. I'm telling you, this is dangerous stuff. This is magic with a K, high magic, that you have no idea about. And that has been around and being in use for at least 2,000 to 4,000 years that I know of. All right. Now, just before I get to the pictures, there is one reference to the magic mirror, and that was used by a man back in the 14th or beginning of the 15th century called Nostradamus. And everybody talks about Nostradamus. Nostradamus says he predicted that, but it's in the quatrains, and you got to figure it out, and it's all looped around and stuff. Okay, Nostradamus. About 25 years ago, I surpassed with Deveron Nostradamus and anything that him or Edgar Casey could have came about. But people don't want to hear that either because that freaks them out. Now, Nostradamus used a solid fluid condenser mirror in another way. Here is a picture of Nostradamus on the left, and this is pretty much what he used. He made it into, or I made it into a mirror, he made it into a bowl. And in that bowl, he put water. So I guess he believed that the reflection part, the mirror part, the mirror part. Hey, he did a lot. He hit a lot of good things. He became famous. Everybody knows who he is. And so you can't knock him. But that's what he used to make the predictions. He would be writing at his desk, and he had the magic mirror right there with candles around it reflecting off the liquid. It's just a different way of doing it, but I can't tell you if he put his DNA into the bowl because I wasn't there. But he should have. If he didn't, then it's a hit and miss thing, and that's a lot like what Nostradamus' stuff is. It's a hit and miss. Not compared to Sargel 18. I mean, I'm a hit. I keep hitting. Now, he used that bowl, again, let me tell you, and became famous and made predictions. He had the formula because he was in line with the king. So that came to him. Plus, he was doing all kinds of other neat shit for the time. And he did his thing. So you see, the magic mirror does work. It just doesn't work like you see on television or reading books or when you see in a Disney movie. Now, what I'm going to do right now, whoa, I can't believe that. 11 pages, this video. I hope I did it right. But I'm in such a good mood. I care, but I hope I did it right. All right. Now, here, I'm going to show you. Here is the magic mirror that I created. There it is. I have it in a frame. I put a frame around it so it could stand up, so I could view through it. There are other things needed to even use it, which I'm not going to tell you. But as you see, there's no reflective surface at all. It basically looks like dirt. Now watch. To an untrained eye. Look. That's what the surface of a magic mirror looks like. A solid fluid condenser mirror. And I was talking about how that person's soul was grabbed when I ignited it, because after I saw that, I locked it away. I've only taken it out twice since 1996. One, the last time for this video. Now, if you look up there about over halfway up the picture and to the left, you see that bump right there in the dirt? Kind of looks like a face with two eyes above it. That's the soul that it captured. And I've also noticed since then, it must be still working, because there are other bumps that weren't there, because this thing was pretty much smooth when I created it until I ignited it. Then all this stuff happens. Wow, just think about it. You're actually looking at a real magic mirror. That's so great. Now here again, you can see the bumps better. I took a picture from the top. Not only do we have, in between those three bumps, the middle one is the one in 1996 that grabbed the soul. I guess I must have been attacked again, because look at the other bumps that have raised up on it. You don't mess with this stuff if you don't know what you're doing. And finally, just so you could see it from there. Yeah, there it is. Okay, there it is. I got it on my pool table. But that's the magic mirror. And you got to see it for yourself. And it's made out of the same material that covers the Ark of the Covenant and the tablets that God wrote on with his finger. and gave to Moses of the 10 Commandments which are inside. So believe me, they wanted to protect those 10 Commandments and the connection. Can you imagine those 2 tablets, the connection that they would have to God in heaven, just in general, to somebody who's learned in metaphysics and reality? I wish I can get my hands on them. Now, Devron has stated, I will be needing to ignite the mirror again, which is what came about for me doing this video, because it's on my mind. Not during Revelation, though, but during the War of 34 or the Apocalypse. So I guess in 2034, when Lucifer's war starts, or as we call it, the apocalypse, I will be using this magic mirror. So basically, I created it 29 years ago to be used another 9 years from now. That's a long time, but that's how things in magic are. To true witches, to true metaphysicians, to the true souls from heaven. All those shades that I just said, they're just shades on top of one thing. Our soul is special, and we have all kinds of neat stuff that God gave us if we just open our eyes or figure out how it's done. Now, after dying and going to heaven, I have a much clearer picture of what is needed to be done with the mirror. I hope you guys wish me all good luck on that. So I hope you got something out of this. You got to get it. You had a chance to see what a real magic mirror and hear the history about it. Okay, there's a lot of good things. Out there that I want to tell you. And as long as Devron has given me the hi-ho on it, and he has, I'm going to start telling you. And it's not going to be normal. It's not going to be anything that you've heard of before. Because not only is Devron the real deal, but I'm the real deal. So I want everybody to please stay prayed up, and peace out.